Every year, more than 2 billion kilograms of sheep wool are collected. Do you know why? Because this wool is used to make warm clothes for people like you and me. But do you know how such beautiful fabric is made from sheep wool? Today, we're going to see exactly that. And for this, we'll travel to New Zealand, which ranks third in the world in wool production. First, we need to understand how wool is cut from sheep. Initially, the sheep are gathered in one place. Then their bodies are inspected to check the color and quality of the wool. After that come the special people who cut the wool, called shearers. They very carefully use machines to cut the wool so that the sheep do not feel any pain. A skilled shearer can cut wool from more than 250 sheep in a single day, meaning just 1 to 2 minutes per sheep. The main task is to keep the sheep calm and hold it properly, so it doesn't feel uncomfortable. In New Zealand, the smaller and dirtier wool from the belly area is cut first. This wool is cheaper. Then the wool from the back is cut. Back wool is whiter and of much better quality. The shearer works with full concentration while cutting the wool. After that, the shearer makes long strokes, cutting the wool lengthwise along the sheep's spine. Then, the wool near the face and ears is also cut. Once one sheep is done, the shearer moves on to the next. In this way, they shear wool all day long and are paid for each sheep. After shearing, the wool is spread out on a table, and the bad portions are removed. Then the good wool is rolled up and prepared for bundling. After shearing, the sheep feel lighter and more comfortable, especially in hot weather. The wool bundles are then sent to a cleaning factory. At the factory, the bundles are opened and put into a machine. This machine shakes and softens the wool, removing dust and dirt. This also reduces the amount of water needed later, saving costs. Next, the wool goes into an opening machine. This machine has tooth-like and mesh-like parts that shake and loosen the wool. This removes dirt stuck to the wool and separates the fine fibers. After that, the wool is dipped into large vats of hot water. The wool is washed in water heated to about 77 to 82 degrees Celsius, mixed with a mild soap to remove oil and dirt. Each vat has a system underneath to drain dirty water. Clean water keeps flowing from the first vat to the last, gradually cleaning the wool. For cleaning, the first 3 vats contain soapy water to remove oil. The next 3 vats are used only for rinsing. More soap doesn't mean cleaner wool. Soap must be used in limited amounts to maintain quality. Too little soap won't clean properly, and too much can leave the wool sticky. By the time the wool reaches the 4th vat, the water is already quite clean. In the final vat, the water is so clear that the bottom of the vat can be seen. This process removes all soap and impurities, making the wool ready for drying. To dry the wool, it is placed in a large hot air chamber. This machine uses hot air, which is spread through a rotating drum using large fans. The advantage of this drum is that it dries wool very quickly and takes up very little space. After drying, the wool is inspected again. Factory workers check if any unwanted materials remain, such as fibers of other colors or foreign objects, and remove them. Then the wool is passed through a dust removal machine to eliminate any remaining dust. At this stage, the wool that once looked like large bundles is now clean and ready for the next process. The wool is weighed, and its moisture and oil content are measured to ensure quality. Then it is packed and sent directly to warehouses. From there, it goes to textile factories where fabric is made. At the fabric factory, the wool sorting process begins. The bundles are opened and separated, and the required amount of wool for each purpose is measured. Different types of wool are mixed as needed. Then, the wool is carded, passed over iron brushes to straighten the fibers. Next, thin strips are made from these fibers. These strips go to spinning machines, where they are twisted together to make yarn. Before weaving fabric, the yarn is properly wound. Then comes the weaving process. During weaving, yarn is arranged in two directions, lengthwise and crosswise. The lengthwise threads are called warp, and the crosswise threads are called weft. The warp holds the fabric together, while the weft creates designs. Warp not only strengthens the fabric, but also allows colorful patterns. Once the warp is prepared, it is set into the loom. Each warp thread passes through a small hole, and these holes move up and down to make space for the weft. When a new fabric is being woven, this setup is done by hand, and preparing the loom can take about 2 days. When warp and weft interlace, the fabric is formed. After weaving, the fabric is carefully inspected for defects. If any flaws are found, they are corrected using scissors or tweezers to maintain quality. If fringes are required at the edges, some threads are left unwoven and hanging. These threads are twisted together and tied with a separate thread. After washing, the fringes hang beautifully. Next, the fabric is slightly shrunk. This is done by soaking it in hot water and gently agitating it. This makes the fibers denser and the fabric warmer. At this stage, the fabric is thoroughly washed and softened. Chemicals are also used to prevent insect damage. Some fabrics are even made machine washable. For single-colored blankets, dyeing is done after weaving so customers can choose their preferred color. Finally, the fabric goes to the stitching factory. Here, the fabric is cut and made into blankets, scarves, or other products. The edges are stitched neatly and labels are attached. After checking that everything is perfect, the fabric is completely ready to provide comfort and beauty. So, did you see how fabric is made from wool? Let us know in the comments how you liked this journey. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing technical stories. See you again on another new journey.